If Jessica Chastain doesn't receive a Best Actress nomination at the Academy Awards next year, I'm gonna be pissed. So if you want to know why, let's head on over to the review. Welcome back, film fans. This is Let's Be Real, Brad. Today on the channel, I want to talk about the brand new biographical drama film called The Eyes of Tammy Faye. This film is directed by Michael Showalter, and it is based off of the 2000 documentary of the same name. This film is about the history of controversial televangelist Tammy Faye Bakker and Jim Bakker. This movie has been on my radar for quite a long time now, and it is because of the main cast members like Jessica Chastain and Andrew Garfield. But the primary reason for this is because of the storyline itself about these corrupt and fraudulent televangelists. I will have to admit, televangelists have never been my cup of tea. I always felt that these people seemed kind of fake and always had a ton of money to them and gaining all these donations and just being very manipulative. And I think that this movie was able to explore that so damn well, and that's why this movie kept me so entirely engaged. What this movie's able to get right is the realism of this world of the 50s, the 60s, 70s as time goes along, especially in a more Christian dominated culture. One of the best aspects of this movie is the makeup and hairstyling and costume design. Both of these go hand in hand of making this movie feel so realistic, as the costume design changes over time, and I thought the makeup and hairstyling will definitely be nominated and probably could win at the Academy Awards next year because it is truly phenomenal. I found the look and style to this movie look so good in each time this movie progressed forward, especially when we get into the 80s, where it truly felt like I was watching a 1980s television program. They were able to use the TVs to be able to present these characters talking on the set itself. My next positive with this movie is the acting. Jessica Chastain sweeps the floor here, as she is truly dominant in this performance, being able to perfect every single thing about Tammy Faye, whether it's the iconic laugh, the crying, the over-the-top and exaggerated voice. She nailed every single aspect, and she did not miss a step. For the most part, the writing in this movie is really good, and I love the structure and pacing of the story because I felt like I was so engaged in every single scene of the movie. I thought there was many subtle messages that were woven into this movie that a lot of people might not see if you're not truly paying attention, but I found that these messages truly stood out as being something more than just a standard biographical drama film that we normally see nowadays. What I love the most is that this movie is about Tammy Faye. Sure, it's about Jim Bakker and Tammy Faye together in their relationship, but ultimately it's about Tammy Faye and how she goes through her Christian faith. And I thought it was really interesting because we see through the eyes of Tammy Faye, and I thought that played so well into this movie, especially with Jim Bakker stealing so much money from their partners that they had, but we don't really see all that side of it because we're like Tammy Faye. She doesn't see everything that is going on. But this movie works so well is because I was attached to these characters and I wanted to see where they're going to go. Now, let's dive right into the negatives, and I only have one with this movie, but it brings down the movie quite a bit. And the only negative I have is that I think this movie is way too short. It either should have been much longer or it should have been a mini-series, because there are many different storylines in this movie that just don't feel fleshed out. One of the other missed storylines this movie failed to go for was with the children. The children in this movie are non-existent, and they just don't feel important to this movie. I understand there's so much going on with this story because it is a massive story to do, but you gotta be able to explore every single avenue of it, and I think a mini-series would have been so perfect. I think if you were able to dive more into the story itself, I think that it would have been way more interesting to see this kind of second half of Tammy Faye's life. So overall, guys, The Eyes of Tammy Faye is a really good movie that I think you guys should check out. based on the performances alone, but I do think the dialogue is really good. I found the movie to be very entertaining, to have some great humor, and I felt very attached to the story overall, and it could be because of my Christian background, but I really do think that this movie was able to explore all those different avenues. I am giving The Eyes of Tammy Faye a 7 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys hit that subscribe button, leave a like if you want to, and ring that notification bell so you guys never get to miss a new video.